Hello, good morning. I began to write and then I couldn't find my phone. Not that I care about the phone, but I usually make a video and then while the video is uploading, then I start to write. So I found the phone and now I'm making the video. I don't really know what else to say. There's not really, right? I suspect that it has kind of grown into this kind of disgusting dragon that's swallowing all of their time as a legal necessity, right? Because they don't want to address it. They don't want to talk about it. They just want Quentin to be allowed to be evil, right? But if I am addressing it, if I am writing whomever, writing his agency, writing their legal team, writing the Attorney General's office, right? Then it does actually make a lot of sense why, right, House Counsel Courtney Braun would say you have to read it. You don't you can't just open it. You have to read it, all of the material. You have to see, analyze everything. Otherwise, he can go to the authorities. And so that's, right, I get some sort of perverse joy out of that, I suppose. If it's my whole life, then it's their whole lives too. Right? Do we understand what's occurring here? That he's trying to turn me into him. A neurotic sexual mess who hates himself. Right? And so we're all going to be Quentin. That's pretty funny. Right? Originally, I had this idea that I'm going to write this primarily to David Mamet, but I don't know what he thinks. I don't know what any of these people think. All these people that talk about spiritual shit, they're all hacks. They're all charlatans to fucking hear anything that I've been saying and think that it's appropriate to not have a publicly known opinion denouncing the dark arts. Yes. Right? He doesn't want to fight. Give up the pussy. That's the point. They ain't got to fuck me. Just look me in the eye one time. Tell me you don't love me. Tell me there's no truth to my claims. You never wanted me to play the movie critic. You weren't hot for me immediately and have been fighting this entire time. Right? And so this is where it's sad. Right? This is, right? As soon as any of these people indulged him, they did. They entered into a criminal conspiracy. It's just of such a rarefied nature that I am literally one of 5 people who could actually explain it in a technical legal sense and have it resonate and have it actually make sense to a judge or a lawyer. Out of intent, it's criminal intention, right? It's we all love that word, don't we? Aleister Crowley, will is the law, right? But if there is a single person, right, WME House Counsel Courtney Braun, who heard something to the effect of, oh, I'll make him kill himself, there's no way to prove it. That, boom, right there, right? You have a guilty mind, you have a guilty heart, right? That's a crime, that's a conspiracy. Doesn't matter what he did to make me kill myself. He actively admitted that he was taking steps towards compelling me to suicide and therefore is guilty of conspiracy to compel me to take my own life, right? That's if we just put that, if we just reverse that, right? Beyond all the awful shit that he's done, right? If he's got me tied up, this is what I talk about in Appendix 3 of my novel. If him and everyone around him has me tied up, right? And they're fucking injecting me with dirty needles full of AIDS and all these things, and then they put a handgun in my lap and say, I'll untie your hand if you blow your head off. I have AIDS. Everyone hates you. Is that, pretty sure that's fucked up. Pretty sure that's illegal. Pretty sure that's a fucking hardcore psychological crime that destroys anyone involved, right? And so this is, right, they're too ignorant to realize that's what they've been, that kind of ideology. That's what's next. You understand, right? It's time to graduate. It's time to just elevate our understanding and recognize that the 10 emanations of the Kabbalah, while they are interesting to consider intellectually, are palpably dangerous to execute as thought forces upon the universe. Yes, that's the point. And when you understand wisdom, right, you understand that everything is a lever. Everything that operates has 2 sides, right? And so, right, if he can plague my mind with bullshit about playing the role because he wanted to control my mind, but refused to speak to me like a man, then it stands to reason he could use the same power to make me feel, right, that I should blow my head off. That's Pretty easy, right? And so if the truth is that he does have a harem of women who are all desperate to meet me because I represent a pillar of psychological stability, then in fact does track that he would poison my mind with notions of multiple women loving me because they're all looking at him every day saying, you're being a fucking creep, you're being weird, we don't want to be here anymore, right? We're terrified to just leave, right? All this sadistic torture that you're exacting upon him, we know you're going to exact upon us. But as soon as we're all together, we know that we can destroy you, right? Like, yes, all these things, right? That he's, right? So, it's just sad, you know? It's just how ignorant everyone is, right? How he's, right? That he is. He's like doing this to such an attenuated degree that he's overextended himself in a real way. As soon as he looked that lawyer in the eye, any of these lawyers in the eye, and said there's no way to prove it, and cast his spell like over their minds, right? He showed them definitively, I don't respect you as practitioners of the law. I don't respect you as intellectual creatures. I have the mind. I tell you what time it is. I don't give a fuck that you went to school. I don't give a fuck what you do professionally. Right? That's like, isn't that the real point? Right? And so, it's just a hard pill to swallow as far as me being everything that he's not and he being everything that I'm not. And now it's funny and that I've been giving him an opportunity to listen to the best parts of his psyche all this time. And now he's like actively sabotaging his entire career, actively sabotaging his reputation in such a palpable way in the industry. All because he refuses to just relax and like see who he is in the world and see that, right, that he is a father and all these things. But it's just in a Quentin Tarantino way. Like, that's like, isn't that, right? That's what I said in my last email. I said, he couldn't have written it better himself. Like, this is like, it's fucking weird as hell. Right? When the whole world thinks about me like fucking all these women all the time. Right? Like, what is it like? Don't ask me when they're sassiest. You know, like all these things. Like, and that's not what I want. That's not why I wrote. Right? It is my contention. Let's talk about what he's been doing. Right? That they have known the secret to my clairvoyant mastery since August of 2024. And so, if the truth is that the women always understood that he intended to direct someone to conceive children inside of them in that moment, does it not make perfect sense that they would look him in the eye and say, this is a pure act of intention. Like, don't you see, like, what's occurring here? This is your thing, Quentin. This is like, we found your thing. Like, the real thing, you know? Where it's, like, guaranteed. Right? And so when he denies them that. He denies them the absolute truth, terrorizes them for over a full year, and then forces them into bondage rape scenes, first-degree rape on his film set, all to deny the truth that everything that he wanted is in front of him. But in order to get what he wants, he has to accept that he does not control my mind as a psychic. You get it? That is that not the highest, ugliest terror that anyone could possibly fathom? Only Quentin Tarantino could fathom it. All scrambling to maintain control. Right? And so when I see pictures, I can't look up anything. I can't because they're public figures, like these are not I see them on any newsfeed almost, right? That when I saw, the last picture I saw of Sydney Sweeney in April of 2025 at Vegas, she looked so lost. She looked so, right? We have to see through the glamour. We have to see, right? Like this is the magic, right? This is clairvoyance, right? This is the psychic phenomenon, right? Just because they're hot, right? And they're in the public eye, that doesn't mean they're not miserable. Right? That doesn't mean that they're so lost and just struggling to relax. Right? And since they're in Quentin's sphere, since they've been under his dominion Malkuth for all of this time, right? As long as Quentin is in this state, we're all in this state, right? And this is the point that I was making, that it's so hard to have to reconcile this scientifically, psychologically, physically. Right, that once we're all together, he'll feel better. That's the point, right? Or he could blow his brains out or kill all of us, but we have to right? There has to be some sort of peace. We can't cry forever. Like, God, he's got these 20 years, right? He could be good now. Let's all be good.